Aldrich Pass, game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. We have Squeal Team 6 against Hopium incoming, the last game in the round robin here. And typical that Aldrich Pass is the map for this one. So Sylvanas gets, in this case, banned out right away. Again, all of this is playing out on the NA tournament. We have 2 North American teams here. We are down to the final 6 teams. The round robin determines the seeding for the final phase. We have 4 NA teams, 2 European teams. Sylvanas in this case banned, Lucio banned, and also Junkrat. So we're getting rid of a couple of Overwatch heroes, which is quite nice. But yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to see how we're shaping up with the standings and then heading into the final phase of the tournament here. It's a bit of a smaller one. We don't have any crazy draft rules for this. So this is also meant to be a bit of a contrast against the tournaments that we've been running over the last 1 or 2 years, where we always have some draft rules coming in, where we have some special system, like with the Banshee Cup, for example, where we have the bounty system, or the rule where you can only play hero once within a series, or Meta Madness, and whatever else we did. So this is just a vanilla tournament on the NA server, $1,000 on the line here as prize money. Big shout out to Kevin once again, to the Heroes of the Storm Sugar Daddy, for keeping the esports scene alive and working hard to make sure that we have those competitions. But it's also something, you know, just for North America in general. And one of the cool things is that we have some really stellar teams here. 30K of course comes to mind, with an absolute all-star team, just full HGC power, as we're now going into this match between Hopium incoming and the Squeal team. And we get Hanzo Genji, and on the other side, Diablo, Blaze, and Brightwing. So, Porky on Diablo for Aldrich Pass. Normally when we're talking about Aldrich, I would say there is no way that we're getting a game with an NA team, or with 2 NA teams, and nobody picks Anubarak. Anubarak was the go-to for them the entire time, just because they were always attempting to not only play the aggressive style to dive in and get a quick target kill, but also to sneak the objective. Spawn some beetles, distract the grunts, make your move there, but it hasn't really happened yet. Could still, if Hopium incoming decides that they want to be the ones to go for Anubarak and play around with Cocoon a bit, maybe. So, final ban. For map number 1 in the best of 3 series. So, what is the Squeal team going to grab here? What are they getting rid of? And they go for Anduin. No light bomb engage. No Anduin light bomb for that quick backline stun that you can get, and the follow-up damage that would surely come. So that leaves us with our double pick for the blue team and the choice of main tank. So what's it gonna be? If they pick Anubarak, then it's very clear what the idea behind it is, but there's plenty of tanks that you could play here. You could go Jojo, you could go Muradin. So yeah, Aldrich Pass, pretty flexible when it comes to that. Big map to Rhaegar, and there is Anubarak. So okay, they're not letting me down. They're going for Anubarak after all. We get him. That leaves us with 3 more picks for our first map in the best of 3 series. But there's some things that still stay true. So yeah, at least that. The interesting part also is that we have the map choice by the blue team, so I assume that's one of the reasons why they also went for this. Hanzo now, so we get Hanzo, potentially Hanzo Arrow into Apocalypse if they want to go for that. Diablo could still very easily go into Lightning Breath. We get Thrall as our final pick, so triple frontline with Hanzo being the only range damage dealer, which gives them more sustain in a lot of these fights. And Thrall obviously adds DC to the equation too. Can come in with Sundering, can come in with the Wolves. And that brings us to the final pick. Aldrich Pass, again, our first map in the best of 3 series here at HGC, the Hanzo Genji Cup. Which is very fitting, since both of them have already been picked. And we get Greymane as our final choice, as we're heading straight into the first map of the best of 3 series. Hopium incoming against Squeal Team 6. On the left, Justin with Rhaegar. We got Fuzz on Genji, the coffee man who spilled coffee on his keyboard just 2 players ago. We got now it smells very, very nicely. Grey color on Greymane. We got Mundane Zebra on Hogger and Lupus on Anubarak. On the right side of the map, currently with Squeal Team 6 playing Porky on Diablo. We got the Slug Hunter on Blaze, Nintori on Brightwing, Psychotora on Thrall going into the into the Trolling Thunder, not Trash Lightning, my bad. wrong color. And Brandon on Hanzo. So, off we go. Who's going? No fight at the beginning. Instead, they're going for the tower. Spawn some beetles. Distract the shots. Rhaegar to slow them down slightly. And then Anubarak is eventually going to jump out here. Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. I think he's dead. Lupus! And he's gone. So, was that really worth it? I would say no, but I would also... I mean, they get the tower. The kill probably doesn't matter all that much, and it gives a tiny amount of experience. It was definitely avoidable, but it also felt like he fat-fingered a bit when he was trying to dive out there, right? He was never really far away, so he could have gone for the whole distance, but that was a very quick kill against Anubarak. So a tower goes down, Anubarak gets killed in the process. But yeah, camps get taken, Anubarak is already back, death timers at this point are obviously non-existent essentially. So you are instantly back. But they're going straight in for it again. So they drop the second one low too. Loses 30% of its HP. But definitely trying to get aggressive right from the start on this. Which is kind of funny. I mean, they really wanted that thing, don't they? So yeah, they came in and just said, you know what guys, after the great success that we had with the first attack, why don't we immediately move in for a second and see if we can pull that off once more. So yeah, 1 kill against 0, structural damage done, open this up a little bit as Diablo, yeah, Porky still, oh they are gonna get a kill here, nice. Second one. Initially taking down Anubarak, now taking down Hogger, so that's 2 kills to 0. Stacks coming in with a Frostwolf pack for Thrall. Usual choice these days, so trying to work on that. And Diablo is bullying them again, doesn't get the stun. If that would have been a stun, if he was close enough for a wall stun there, it would have been likely the end of Grey color. Greymane would have died in that situation. But the red team is all of a sudden getting lots and lots of momentum here. Just with those 2 kills, they have now a 1-level lead. They destroyed the gate. They have taken one of the towers down to 50% HP. And Thrall had a lot of wiggle room at the top lane also. Was very much alone there and able to do a lot of work on this one as well. So, yeah, not bad. First objective is now coming up, but that's definitely a decent spot for them to be in on this. So down at the bottom of the map, the prisoner camps are now coming up, and it's something that they can play around. Porky! Let's be a bit cautious there. He's a bit low for a moment, but is able to get out. So, at the top. Oh, the rotation was what forced Thrall back. Thrall realized they were rotating in, but damn, Rhaegar, if he was trying to bait, then respect my man. That was a nice bait, but also cutting it close, and then Thrall still moves out and nearly dies. So I'm not quite sure on the decision-making of Psychotoro on some of these moves that he just made, but, well, as the dust settles, both of them survive, and it forced some of the heroes of the blue team, at least topside, to try and deal with this. But at this point, we got level 7 talents that are ready. Thrall hasn't made his choice yet, probably going to go for Ancestral as usual. And, well, we have 2 stacks for his level 4. So yeah, Ancestral Wrath is in, as you would expect. Gets a 3rd stack against Hogger at the bottom of the map. So, getting closer and closer to completing the quest. Genji wants a kill, doesn't get it, went straight for his brother. And in terms of kills, there it is, Anubarak goes down. Anubarak is again the one to fall. And that opens up a pathway towards the lead on the objective. They might not get the entire thing, but they should be able to at least start it off with a channel here. 1 level ahead still. Genji also insanely low at the top. I mean, Slakana nearly took him down, but Blaze wasn't able to get the kill. And now that Genji tapped the fountain, he needs to be careful too. Still able to use his own self-sustain, and of course Brightwing is also another threat that could always be used there. Prisoner camp has been started up. Yeah, Genji comes in, and that's a kill. Fast takes the kill. Blaze a bit too confident. Honestly, that was a bit telegraphed there. He could have sent that via snail mail as well, but that was clearly telegraphed that he would make that move eventually, unless you're playing the super save. Greymane talking about making moves. 40 hit points as he gets away. There's some clutch plays that are being made. The objective, not really a lot of progress made by the red team either. So now that we're getting 3 kills to 1, it's still even on experience. Hanzo at the top making his moves, but it's a pretty interesting game right now. When it comes to the back and forth action, I would say it's still fairly even. Making a little play for the boss is also quite neat, since we have Rega and Greymane now trying to take that out. And I'm not so sure if the red team is going to pick up on that just yet. Ah, Brightwing actually is going to double check. Sees it. 50%. Okay, Diablo's making his way over. They're not going to let that leash. Not with 50%. And well, apparently I'm wrong. They are letting it leash. So they invested quite some time on this. Ah, level 10. My bad. Yeah, level 10 was way too close to try and fight this out. So with heroic abilities being this close for the red team, there was just absolutely no way for them to just say, okay, we're going to fight over it. Yeah, they still don't have level 10 abilities, so this is possibly the end of Anubarak again. He gets out. Brandon also escaping as he was attacked. Arrow into Apocalypse attempt. That one backfired heavily. That did nothing, but they still got the 2 kills. So they didn't got the arrow into the Apocalypse. They still got the 2 kills, though. So they were pushed out of the APOC, as you can see in just a moment here, but it was still a double kill, and that's 5 kills to 1 now. So, yep, there we go. 1 kill against Greymane, and then they get the follow-up on it. Porky right now able to get them the lead on the objective, and I believe this time they're going to get the entire thing. So those kills were big. Not only are they getting a lot of pressure at the bottom of the map as they're pushing for the bottom fort, but they're also getting the objective here. Yeah, Thrall has, by the way, not completed his level 4 yet, so he's still working on the quest. And Porky is on the money pick! Oh my god, finally! Finally! Squeal team with the money pick. Porky is on the proper mount. It only took them a couple of weeks, but we finally have them going to, embracing the meme fully. Not sure if the rest of them has also followed up on that, but that's already a good start. If at least the man himself, if at least Porky is on the money pick for the Squeal team, that's a great start. Now we just need to get the rest of them on the same page, and I'm going to be a happy panda. But this is already making me happy. Arrow is in. No Apocalypse. We're still on cooldown. They're trying to get the fort down here. The Raiders are doing some serious work on this one. Yeah, Saikatoru. It's still a pig. I'm going to let that count as a pig. It's not the money pig. That's a pig. That's a boar. That's fine. That's fine. So I appreciate the effort. They're making a big effort on this one now, so this one is nice. Now, they haven't taken the fort at the bottom of the map out. They haven't taken the one in the middle yet, but, well, actually the middle has just now fallen as I talk about it. Down here, Regal gets wrecked, and maybe Anubarak gets killed too. Nah, not yet. But they, of course, oh, APOC, and is it a, yes, it's the kill against Hanzo. Hanzo is down. Nicely done. The cocoon was just a bit too late. So that's the second fort that will be destroyed. The one in the middle got killed by the Raiders. And now here at the bottom of the map, after they just took those kills, they can go for the rest and take this one out as well. And yes, that's 2 structures destroyed. A little bit of damage also done up at the top of the map. Not enough to take the fort out, but with 7 kills to 1 and a 1 level lead, they have obviously now taken a significant lead in this game. And they're also making a move for the boss at the bottom. The blue team is trying to respond at the top. The problem is they're a bit late on this, so if a rotation is now happening, this might not work for them. I am a bit worried here. Slug Hunter, they know that it's happening. Oh, this could be clutch. I think they get it. I think they get it. Well, Sundering is ready. Gets used. Boss is not taken. Big arrow. Oh no, they're getting murdered. Quest completed for Thrall. And that is disastrous. Anubarak down. Greymane down. Quest completed. They at least got the boss. They got the boss. It could have been so much worse if they lose this one. But yeah, that's rough. So now we have 9 kills to 1. Half a level to 16. Getting the boss there was the saving grace. I mean, this kind of keeps them in a halfway okay spot, I guess. Probably not, but maybe. They're 2 level behinds now. So, yeah. 2 level behind. And by now we have the push for the top. So they could go for the next set of raiders. They could go again for the objective here, and they go for it. So with the first set of raiders, they were able to take 2 of the forts out. If they're now getting another set, then they might just be able to go also for the first keep of the game. They have level 16 talents, so it's a 2-level advantage that they're currently running. So very heavily ahead in experience and also in stats, but it's really that extra talent and the power spike that they got that is the big part. Arrow, I mean, Brandon needs glasses. I'm not quite sure where that one was headed. I suppose he was trying to anticipate the path of the opponent and then he got stunned out and didn't move anywhere anymore. Yeah, APOC, double connect on the APOC and the kill against Hogan against the Nubarak. Hanzo is grabbing both of them. Big kills being made here now. And boy, oh boy, is the Squeal team doing work. Yep, that is going to hurt a lot. Greymane also is getting pushed back once again, but right now you're looking at a situation in which they're opening up the wall at the keep. They have the 16 talent advantage, they're going for the objective, they even want to take a few more heroes down. And if they get those kills, I mean, Greycutter nearly died. Greymane going down here would have been disastrous, because it would have been a staggered death against the opponent. Fuzz is trying to get some kills back here, can't quite, but they will get the raiders. So, yeah. Another 3 raiders are going to appear in a moment, and the 2-level lead is still maintained, and I suppose this attack is going to happen. It's a bit too late to get the camp. I suppose the next attack is still going to happen without level 16 talents being available for the blue team. Hopium incoming is in some trouble here. So they got to be very careful now when it comes to this attack, because if they don't, they have level 16 but if they don't defend properly, they might lose their first armor shield on the core. On the core. So, bit of a moment of truth too. That gap in experience is still crazy. They're 2 levels ahead. If they get to level 20 with this, Mundane Zebra, if they get a few stuns on him, Rhaegar just saved him. Big arrow into APOC. Big arrow into APOC. Sundering as well. Nice shockwave from Hoga to try and prevent the worst from happening. But they're still losing both doggies here. They're still losing both. They're losing a Nubarak too. They've lost way too much here in that last round. Oh boy, that hurt. And that might be game. They're losing 2 armor shields here for sure. And now, yeah, Hoga is dead. That's definitely game. With Hoga dying, that is 100% game. There is just no preventing this anymore. It's only Genji that is still on the map. Nobody else. So, yep, this is game number 1. What a finish. We're 13 minutes in, and Squeal Team 6 just went for an absolute quickie on us. Great performance. 16 kills to 1. Blaze the only one griefing and dying once, but the Squeal team has now taken the lead in this best of 3. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game on! Map number 2, Squeal Team 6, 2 of the Spider Queen, everybody! We get a ban on Blaze, they're done with those jet propulsion stuns. But the last one was pretty impressive from the Squeal Team 6. 2 players at least with money picks or heroes that I will accept as money picks. So the Squeal team is making... Now that we're heading into the final phases of the tournament, they're starting to really get their final form. And we are getting there. So, now we're looking at Junkrat and Lucio as the final bans. I can just imagine when we're going into the, final matches, they're all riding into battle on money picks. They're making oink oink sounds. And it's going to be fantastic. So over on the left side, we got Sylvanas now as our first pick. Obviously, with Web Weavers coming in. It's going to be quite powerful to get her disabling some of the structures, and you want to build up that momentum. Hopium incoming is hoping also to turn this series around. So, yeah, there we go. We got Hoga now in as our first pick as well. And we get Brightwing on the support side. I personally just like the Tomb of Spider Queen as the map. It is underplayed here. This is actually probably the thing that interests me or is the most intriguing when we're talking about the games that we're normally seeing on the European server. And here, map preferences are very different. So, yeah. Map preferences generally are very, very different. Now we're getting Anduin, we're getting Urel. as our next few picks that could also result in Genji being banned out. But honestly, when we're talking about Tomb, there's a couple of heroes that I'm sorely missing here. So first of all, where's Jojo? Jojo as a pick is something that I would still expect. It's a bit mind-blowing that Hanzo hasn't been addressed yet. Chromie is oftentimes taken in the same context too. Just heroes generally that provide vision for you, that allow you to poke out against any channel attempt on the other side. Bit wild that those have been fully neglected so far. I would guess that Johanna gets picked now from Porky, because they banned Diablo. And we get Stitches instead. Stitches for some hooks. And we get Gul'dan. Alright. But yeah, there's a lot of heroes that I would have expected to be chosen that have fully been ignored. So we get Stitches, Gul'dan, Hogger for the red team as well. Whereas over on the side of Hopium incoming. God, I just want to see Medivh, by the way, for the Stitches combo right now. We're not going to get him, I guess, but I would love a kidnap combo in this case. So here comes Jojo, and we get Tracer. In we go. With that, Tracer obviously is going to zip around, prep some things for the rest of the team. Johanna for the wave clear. Same for Sylvanas. Final pick now. I guess Medivh isn't in the cards. Would be kind of fun, but they still need something with damage, I guess. If they don't go for Medivh, which they won't. Would have loved another support, honestly, with this. Sprite, we can still use a poly, but a proper stun would have been neat there as well. And here comes Khaldor. Gravity Lapse. You get the damage, you get the Gravity Lapse, but you're also playing a double mage now. So does that really work for them? Well, let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, Tomb of Spider Queen. Game number 2. So, off we go. We have our second map. Hopium incoming. Wants to bring it back, and the Squeal team is eager to make this a 2-0 victory. Playing this quite interestingly now. On the left side, we got Anduin, played by Justin. On the support side, Grey color with Sylvanas, fast with the light bomb engage on Tracer, as the mundane Zebra on the side lane is playing URL in game number 2. We got Lupus on Johanna. And to the right side of the map, Porky, already working with Hungry for More on that hit point pool and the extra Devour survivability. Psychotora is going for Khaldor, so we have at least 2 that are interested in globes. Slughunter on Hogger, Brandon with a Fell Flame build on Gul'dan, and Nintori on Brightwing. When I see that with like that focus, I mean obviously this is a nice map either way for a globe talent focus with Mana Ended on Gul'dan, with Hungry for More on Stitches, but I just would love Alexstrasza in a situation like this. It's asking a bit too much, I know. It's also not necessarily the map for it, but it would be kind of funny. Now the blue team is coming in with a quick kill against Hogger, so they're getting first blood on this. The problem, of course, that the red team will have to somehow mitigate is they are very heavily dependent on cooldowns, given the fact that they're playing double mage. Which is possible, but it's not really a common combo, and there are reasons for it. You're very heavily dependent on your cooldowns, and if you're coming in with the initial burst and you're not getting a kill, you're not getting value, then you always have to wait quite some time before you can properly re-engage again. So this can be tricky, and a lot of teams shy away from it because it's difficult to execute and not necessarily a worthy risk-reward calculation. Now, of course, the 2 that are rotating now the most between the lanes are currently Stitches and Khaldor, at least in the early game. Their whole intent here is to get as many of these globes as they can. For Khaldor, it's actually for both of them, it's a lot of survivability that's on the line here. So this is the idea behind it. But for Stitches specifically, it's really about getting into that status where he is just nearly unkillable. Also, when we talk about survivability thanks to globes, let's also talk about Johanna. Something that I personally would have expected in the European side to be picked up a bit more as well is Laws of Hope on this map specifically. Not necessarily on others, but here. But it's basically never taken. Here, on the other hand, they are trying to build up that stack amount for the Laws of Hopes for Johanna to really work on this too and get that survivability for her and take some of the pressure off from the main support. So the push is happening. Porky dies, but at least he makes it past the gate. That's kind of important in the context that they are able to collect all of those gems that he was holding. So that helps at least a bit. Him dying with 8 stacks here, yeah, bit annoying, but again, it is what it is. At least they didn't lose any of their gems. But But that is the second kill now that came through for the team in blue. So good for Hopium. Hopium incoming, is able to get some work done with this. Is able to do some serious damage in the early game. And the main question that of course we have now with this is how much further can they go on that end? Are they able to, I don't know, you know, just come in, get some work done here and possibly gain momentum, get the first Web Weaver wave and then use that to just propel all of this forward? Or what are we getting instead? I mean, right now, the main thing that is probably noteworthy here is that we're having with 2 kills to 0, not even a big lead in experience. They are trying to take the camp now down at the bottom of the map. Everybody else is still working on either gems or also on globes here. But still an interesting position to be in from the perspective of the two teams now. All the way up at the top, what we're getting in the meantime is Brandon starting to make a little bit of a play for the wall and is already able to damage it quite a bit. Not really too much, but again, able to do a little bit of work here. Slug Hunter at the bottom of the map with the 11 gems that he's holding against the Mundane Zebra. Teams have both now started to turn in with 25 delivered by the red team and 15 on the blue team side. Both with the chance to get Web Weavers now. And we are getting a bit closer for at least Khaldor to complete his quest here. Sitting at 13. I mean, you want to stack past that, of course. But once that you complete it, at least you have that added survivability. Porky, oh nice, Gul'dan with the kill against Trace at the top. Able to take her down. Yeah, it might be that Johanna is a little bit too far out here. But gets saved, and instead it's Gul'dan that falls. Porky gets a heal from Brightwing, but the blue team is hoping to follow up on that kill against Gul'dan. 1 mage down, and they're aiming for Porky, who has 12 stacks now on his level 1. So that gives him 240 additional hit points. Of course, and sorry, not 240. He's at 500 now. And oh, it's the last series of the day. He was at 300 at the time. It's getting a little bit complicated with math. Math is hard, right? I mean, to be fair, at the beginning, I actually thought for some reason that he gets 20, not 25 per stack. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. I swear. But yeah, they're getting their stacks together. The Web Weavers are touching ground for the blue team, though. So that's a nice start for them. Able to get value maybe at the bottom of the map as Hogga is now defending against 2. You gotta be careful with Sylvanas, of course. She's currently sitting all the way up at the top and is gets hooked. Gets some serious damage put on her thanks to the towers that she was hooked into. But is that's gonna allow them to take those Web Weavers down a little bit faster here. So yeah, working on those as we speak. And not really too much damage done. I mean, maybe here in the middle of the map a bit. And specifically Khaldor has to be careful and can't go too deep on this. So, they are still pushing them back. Porky! No! That's 25 gems! Ah, God. That is a problem. That's a problem, and it's also a bit unnecessary. So, him dying, Hopium incoming is getting momentum. They're getting a decent amount of momentum thanks to this now. Yeah, that definitely hurts them. That hurts them quite a bit here. So Justin is working on the next turn in, and they're getting close, by the way. They have a lot of gems. They have level 10, so they have an opportunity to turn in quite a bit on this and might be able to snowball this further. Now, at least both teams are now level 10 abilities. That gives us Gorge. We've got Phoenix. But right now, it is the team in red, sorry, blue, that is running the show here. So, how much more can they do on this one? Up at the top, first of all, we get Porky moving in. Well, they go for the hit against Lupus, and they get him. Lupus is gone, so they get the kill there. Nice. Job well done. That's 1 destroyed. And they're hoping for a bit more on this, with now red Web Weavers coming in. So momentum is something that they're attempting to build up as quickly as they can. And at least for now, it is kind of working. So how much further can they go? Can they now, after that kill, get also some of the structures destroyed? They have those mages, they can try and burn them down slowly. And this is essentially the goal that we are getting from them now. 1 move after another, straight at the top in the meantime, breaking through the wall. Down at the bottom of the map, it's the 1 versus 1 where Hogga is currently still trying to shine and making a couple of plays. But in the middle, this is where the rest of the red team is now setting up as they're all consolidating their efforts right here. So, can they break down an actual... It doesn't seem like it, right? Well, it's kind of question if they can maybe at least take down one of the bell towers, but... bell towers, wrong man. One of the forts. Why did they name them bell towers, by the way? Why couldn't they just name them forts or keeps as well? Like something like that. Why do they have to have different names on different maps? Blizzard, this is not really caster friendly, but yeah, anyways. Porky wants level 13. He wants the hook range. Doesn't have that, of course, just yet, but, well, there's the kill against Khaldor. He's not really having a great time here. We have level 13 kicking in soonish. But at least for now, there's a play for Khaldor, and he's alive. Khaldor is able to survive. They weren't able to take him down yet, but it got close there. And that's kill number 5. Level 13 is already available for them. Kill number 5 is in, and they are working on the next turn, and I suppose they're going to get it now. Mundane Zebra is delivering the gems that they were still missing. And with that, they have the turn in. Now they have the chance to get even further ahead and finally build up all of the momentum that they were looking for here. So the blue team is on a bit of a spree here, is really trying to follow this up with another kill against Porky too. And if they grab that, that would be kind of nice, but they're losing Tracer instead. And damn, if they... I mean, again, this is annoying. If you are starting to try and get kills like this, that's neat. But if you then all of a sudden fall back and start to just lose heroes the way that you do here, then you're ruining your own push, because this was an important time. They need... Yeah, there's a Gorge 2 now against Sylvana, so things are starting to get worse for them. They are starting to become... Yeah, this is getting tricky. This is getting really, really tricky for them right now. All of a sudden, it's Lupus that gets attacked. He's basically isolated. Yes, they didn't lose Sylvanas, but they lose Johanna. So now we have 5 kills to 4, 14 to 14. At least the Web Weavers are still doing some work and are destroying one of the forts. But this could have been an utter disaster for them now. So it's a little bit of a weird one. It's honestly a really strange game that we're seeing at this point. They are starting to try and defend here, but the attacks, they still keep happening. We have 25 stacks for Stitches on his level 1, which makes him really slowly and steadily a powerhouse with a massive hit point pool that he can use to completely body the opponent. But yeah, it's gonna get a bit wild at this point. Because right now, when you're just looking at this a bit, I mean, it is essentially now the moment where the red team could turn it around. Sylvanas at the bottom of the map is still getting them another camp, but the turning could happen. I'm honestly a bit surprised that they didn't push more aggressively for it. Grey Color is taking the camp. They are half a level away from 16, so it could be that Squeal team is currently waiting for that. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Honestly, that turn-in could have been big for the blue team, and I think they still got nice value out of it, but it could have been so much better if they didn't lose Tracer, while they chased too aggressively. And now we have the follow-up here against Lupus. Hook, Gorge into Gravity Labs, perfectly played by them, and it allows them to quickly get the kill. So this is exactly the kind of situation that they should try to avoid, and that they are also pretty afraid of just in general. So now the red team is getting that turn in, and they of course have to now deliver and also do a bit of damage with it. But this is where the team will feel a lot more comfortable right now. So there comes the Horrify. They're trying again for Tracer. Now they are in the spot where they can't lose anyone. Now they have to be careful that they not all of a sudden start losing heroes here. The hooks, they still keep coming, and they're trying to make a play for Fuzz, and he taps the fountain and still goes down. Tracer is destroyed. No counter kill in the middle. Blessed Shield is available, and yeah, well, they could... Nah, they can't do anything here. We're in trouble. They're really in trouble. This is gonna be a problem. With Tracer now gone, at least Sylvanas at the top. Nope, Brandon gets some assistance, and they're pushing Grey Color back. They're taking the first fort down. The fort in the middle is likely gonna be lost soon after. I think they're still gonna rotate down at the bottom. This should destroy it. And up here at the top, they're even pushing for some damage on the keep itself. So things are looking really good once again from the perspective of the red team. They struggled initially at the start of the game a bit as the blue team walked away with, I think, 4 kills to 1 and got those turn-ins also connected. But now more and more momentum is building up for Squeal Team 6, despite the fact that Porky is not riding a money pick. But at least Slug Hunter came in and is coming through with the money pick for them. So I suppose that still compensates a little bit and helps them here. 28 stacks for Johanna, so that's not too bad. We got 34 and 33 for Kelthas and for Stitches. Decent hit point pool for Stitches, of course, now as well, who's closing in on an additional 1000 HP, which is also going to help him with the additional survivability that he gets thanks to Devour, since Devour procs off max HP here. But as the game continues, we're only 13 minutes in, as the game continues, he is going to become an absolute unkillable monster at the front, very difficult to take apart. So the more stacks he gets, the better. Nice! That hook! Anticipating the dodge, and this should be... Tracer gets murdered. She died 4 times and is absolutely getting destroyed here by Stitches. That hook was gold. Absolutely gold. So with that, we now have 7 kills to 5. The blue team turns in and they move in the middle to take a fort down, but the boss gets taken. So they lose the gems to defend against the boss. Should be an easy defense, honestly. I'm not sure if the boss was really worth it here. As long as you deny the turn-in, I guess it is, but since they weren't able to do that, is that really worth it in that situation? When you have a 5 versus 4, so your opponent sacrifices the gems, and obviously they're still going to take some damage on the keep. The defense is going to be mega easy. I guess they're fine with it. So they're defending in the middle, down at the bottom of the map, easy peasy, no problem. So that's gems gone. Boss, that's actually a lot more damage than I thought it would do. Damn, that's a lot more damage, guys, come on. 30% remaining, that's it. Whoa, that's rough. Stitches gets attacked. Again, Porky has a big hit point pool right now. As the light bomb engage, Horrify was used. But they should be able to get away here. Sylvanas also with a Wailing Arrow. Blessed Shield. And Kelthas. He's dead. Kelthas is dead. Hogger moved in a bit too deep. Gets a helping hand. Nice. And the Gorge on Jojo. Jojo gets gorged. That's where you need the gravity lapse. But Kelthas is dead. It doesn't matter. They still get the kill on Jana. Boah, that was a turnaround. The helping hand first, and then Porky just turns in with the Gorge. That's some neat plays that they're making. Tracer is in trouble once again, and they're not stopping here, but they go for Gul'dan! Sylvanas is dead. Gul'dan is somehow still alive, which is ridiculous. And now they go for Urel and take her down too. Level 20 talents are kicking in. Demonic Circle is available. What is happening here? Absolutely insane. Porky is not giving up on any of this yet either. But yeah, there's the flamethrower. They're still trying to go for Anduin. Porky gets a heal. The hook, and he hits it, and he hits it hard. Bye-bye, Anduin. He gets destroyed. The big Stitches chase is happening, and they're making it work. They want to go for Fuzz, and they take him down too. What's going on here? They're chasing them ruthlessly. They're like a bunch of bloodhounds, taking everybody down. That's 4. They destroyed the entire team. It was a 5-man team wipe at the end of the day. Now they're moving in for the camp, stealing that too. They turned in. Web Weavers are coming. Boy, oh boy. Stitches is making the big plays for the team and is allowing them to easily break through the wall before the Web Weavers are even there. Keeps are going to fall, and quite a few of them too. The one at the top is going to get destroyed by the Web Weaver for sure. I think the core is going to fall here as well. Level 20 for the blue team should be ready for the defense in a moment, but they are suffering in the middle, and the Web Weavers aren't even here. That's a double camp that was pushed in against them. Double bruiser. Hooks still keep coming. They're trying to make a play for Gul'dan at the top. That's not going to happen. That keep is definitely gone. The one in the middle is about to fall, and at the bottom of the map, the Web Weaver is moving in as well. 12 kills to 6. What a setup. Squeal Team 6 struggling right at the beginning of the game for some time. Hopium incoming. They were having some hope at least, and then they got absolutely murdered here. 20 talents versus 20, but that core doesn't stand a prayer. What a performance here in the mid and late game by Squeal Team 6. Nice comeback. They are going to take this with a 2-0 victory. Nicely done. Stitches, well, he might actually die here. No, Brightwing to the rescue. Four is not down, by the way. They're still defending. All the keeps are gone now, but they're trying to defend, but now they're losing. Justin Anduin is gone. Johanna is already dead. Both of the Blondies are eliminated. And with Urel falling, the hopes and dreams are getting crushed. Hopium incoming is losing to Squeal Team 6 without taking a map. Tracer, the last one to be attacked, gets killed too. Another 5-man team wipe as Squeal Team 6 takes the victory and takes Hopium incoming down on Tomb of the Spider Queen. GG. Well played.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description and check that out. Thanks in advance and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.